Hi, friends. Welcome. This is your host, Mary-Laurence Bevington, for a little soul arts astrology Communiqué and Today Calais summary. April 30th to May 1st, 2026. Today's title is Full Moon is on Our Shoulder. Quote, and anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulders. And don't you know that it's just you? Hey Jude, you'll do. The movement you need is on your shoulder. From Hey Jude by the Beatles, released as a single on August 26, 1968. Songwriters John Lennon, Paul McCartney. I'm laughing a little bit because I just reminded myself of Peter Sellers doing A Hard Day's Night as if he were reciting Shakespeare. It's sometimes a little goofy to recite lyrics because I really feel like singing them. But the lyrics have a different intonation when they're said versus sung. And I love those lyrics. Yes, Lennon McCartney gets the songwriting credit, but it's kind of Paul's song. And his mother, Mary, who died when he was a teenager, comes to him in a dream, and the song was born from there, as well as some of what was happening at the ashram with the Maharishi in Rishikesh, India, with the Beatles in '68. Okay, let's carry on. So there's a picture captured by NASA, the Artemis II mission took it of the moon with the Earth behind it. I'm going to read from NASA's copy on the image. A new view of the moon Earth sets at 5:41 p.m. CDT, April 6, 2026. Over the moon's curved limb in this photo captured by the Artemis II crew during their journey around the far side of the moon, Oriental Basin is perched on the edge of the visible lunar surface. Hertzsprung Basin appears as two subtle concentric rings, which are interrupted by Vavilov, a younger crater superimposed over the older structure, unquote. I am fascinated by the moon, Luna, the spirit, Luna, and the craters in part hit all the time because it's less protected. Earth is far, far more protected. Luna just basically gets a bit more of the universe's or the galaxy rather's debris thrown into her. So pretty amazing. And then the shape of the body is still being created quite actively because of that. Same with Earth too, but with Luna, it's really visible through those craters. And that Earth set is just remarkable. What an image. Okay, here we go. Sensing the full moon coming. We're under its spell for a minute. Uranus and Sedna acquainting in Gemini's mystical air provide a scenic backdrop, a sweeping view for Luna's grand blessing upon our creation, facilitated by our sun, unusually shy, but wanting for our surge. Might be glorious, cooling, full of frisson, and at once darkness. Might offer insights within the lunacy. Might feel like just a day. But I kind of doubt it. As the Beatles sang, tomorrow never knows, but there are knowns. The most straightforward known is that we are in the heights of something, something in the way we move, and something must be meant by it. At least may we hope something is meant by it, for isn't it grand to search and find meaning? All falls on the axis of Earthen Protector Taurus and Liquid Deep Scorpio. The duet plays out like this. Our inner sun, representative of our inner self, shines on the womb of creation. Our inner moon, little Luna, begs us to come out and play a May Day, Beltane twirl among the divine feminine bees, growing vines, and whispering trees. Taurus and Scorpio stand fixed on the ecliptic, set in their knowingness of self, yet expressive in ways we can only find on our own in our infinite complexity of self. They're middle children, middle pathed, and occasionally confused when matters polarize, such as we find at a lunation highness, a royal highness, a full flowering moon. May your experience be yours, for we, each and everyone, we are unique. Invitation. Capture what falls upon you, what roots and what shoots arise. Write, move, act, be, draw. Notice how the season augurs into itself and into you too. For most of this century, I've practiced body-mind centering, a field of experiential anatomy developed by Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen, a movement artist, researcher, educator, and therapist. Incidentally, there's a little footnote at the bottom to Bonnie's website and a longer bio of her. She's a pretty fascinating woman, born into the circus. Both of her parents were really active circus people, did kind of wild performances, acrobatic style, and sold popcorn and the like too. Okay, that was me going off piste. Coming back. Bonnie's work washes over me as I live and breathe in this lifetime. Side note, she's one of a handful of polio survivors who have influenced me. Must be something in the water. In one corner of her research, Bonnie posits that the earliest developmental pattern, movement pattern, begins as we begin in the Joe of the walls of our own private wombs. She describes this stage as a drone, a drumbeat, a vibration. It is the vibration that is us. Egg vibe, sperm vibe, meet and divide and multiply and make and spring into an eventual developed body. All thanks to baby, mom, papa's material, and spirit's enchanting grace. What shall your vibration illustrate on your lined pages? Does the driftwood you found await paint? Perhaps the floor needs your feet to dance upon it, even as the moss beckons your camera's eye to capture its applause. All right, let's move into some of the calendar summary here. April 30th to May 1st, Luna waxes to fullness in Scorpio, then shifts to her third quarter and Sagittarius sweet embers. A Scorpio-infused May Day, Beltane full moon, exact at 1:23 p.m. on the 11-degree, 20-minute point. She shines. Once fully full, she'll shift gears to her third quarter phase. Just a note, given that it's in the second decan, the moon does not go void of course on the full moon day. And as you're aware, I've been tracking the astrology for a little while, and we haven't had that happen recently on either of the height or the nadir point of the lunation cycle, the full or the new moon. Kind of interesting to me, actually. It gives it one more sort of robust stroke. And of course, there are many, given that Beltane, May Day, deepness of Scorpio, etc., are all happening at the same time. And Luna stays in sign. So it's strong with that really fixed nature of the axis of Scorpio and Taurus. Here's a quote for you again, more lyrics. Quote, "Oh, hope, keep us waiting, It's not our time yet, quite yet. Keep our horizon bright. Just keep it lit. For winds, they are blowing. Clouds are turning fast. Those dreams of love, they will not be my last. It's from a really beautiful song that I just adore called Rosewood Heart by the band Goose. 2016 off the album Moon Cabin, songwriter Richard Lewis Midorotunda. Okay, here's our little overview. This is kind of a mini because it's a 2 day summary. As you're aware, times given are Eastern Daylight Time, GMT -5. April 30th, that's the day I'm recording. Luna has another lengthy transit. Void of course time in between signs began at 4:52 a.m. She arrives in Scorpio's fixed waters at 3:02 p.m. Dream time and practice an ounce of prevention as it's worth a pound of cure. Dun dun dun. Just referring to the increased accident potential that happens when Luna is moving in between signs. Everything's just a little bit more loose, loosey-goosey, open, schmopen. And sometimes we need a little tightness in life. So, bringing it to balance, you just want to be a little bit cautious when she's void, of course. All right. And again, it's dream time. So, get your art supplies out or go on an aimless wander inspired by the artist's way, Julia Cameron's book. Okay, keeping on with the Calais. May 1st, May Day, Beltane full moon. Once again, it's exact at 1:23 p.m. at 11 degrees 20 minutes of Scorpio. And that same day, Venus sextile Saturn at 2:45 p.m. Probably right about that too. I have they're kind of two of my signatures in my chart, Venus and Saturn, their relationship. They're old friends, but one's thought of as beneficent and the other one's a bit of a malefic. That's more ancient astrology, though. Venus is thought of as super, righteous and beautiful and all that jazz. A bit warring, but otherwise kind of righteous. Well, Saturn is intense, power struggles and the like. Okay, so yeah, that all happened at 2:45 in the 60-degree sextile aspect. The read I had was to envision your heart's desire because Saturn will help you get there and Venus will inspire you. Birthdays, we've really just got one birthday, and that's May 1st, Jenny Slade. These are my friends that I write about. Though I do have some famous friends, so you'll see people perhaps you know of. Maybe you know Jenny Slade. I don't know. Okay. Lastly, and as you know, because we've been tracking this, all planets are direct till May 6th at 11:34 a.m. when Pluto stations retrograde. Thanks ever so for stopping by. Yours and carrying the light. Na 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 na.